Hi, this is Mark from Mentors Inc. Okay, so I often get asked about investing and whether you have money or whether you don't have money. And actually, it's quite irrelevant whether you've got it or not. It's whether you actually want to invest in property. So today, I thought I'd give you a quick insight into how you can make money from having some money and actually investing in property. So here's the first point from a strategy point of view for you. You can look at buying to actually flip. So if you can actually purchase a property, then you can actually refurbish it and you can flip it. So that's one way of making money. And remember that these things take some time as well, so it's not an instant gain for you. Now, the other thing that people look at is obviously buy to let, and you could look at buy to hold. So if you're going to buy something and refurbish it, think about actually, do you want as a strategy to hold this or do you want to rent it out? So, if you're going to hold it and rent it out, great. And then think about the type of tenants you might want to rent it to. The second thing to think about is developments. So a lot of people are talking about developments now, and some people are talking about actually buying your current sort of office developments and turning them into residential. So again, that's another way of making money, but you are looking at a long-term thing here. So when you're looking at sort of developing out something, certainly building-wise, you may well be talking of 12 or even 18 months. So bear that in mind when you're looking to do anything about earning the money. Another one to think about is planning gain. Now, planning gain can mean all sorts of things. And one of the things that I did a little while ago was I have a property that has quite a large piece of land to it, and it's quite long. It's about 100 feet long. So what I did is I actually title split the land down the side, and then I got planning permission to build a 3-bed detached house. And the point I'm getting at here is you now have a choice when you've got your planning permission. You could look to build out and then rent it or sell it, or you could do what I did, which was basically sell it with planning permission. So the idea was, and I guess you've got to look at this seriously, is do you want the money now or do you want the money in the future? So, and that will determine what you're going to do with planning gain. In my instance, I thought, well, I'm quite happy to take the money. So I just got the planning permission and then I sold it, and I made about 55,000 on that. And that house is worth around 150,000 when it's built. So there's some good money to be made in planning gains. And finally, I want you to think about joint venturing. Is that something you can do? Joint venturing can be very difficult for some people, but property is a very lonely place. So if you can joint venture with people, all the more, and that's great to know. Think about that. I've had experiences both bad and good in joint venturing. So, you need to be able to get on with the people. You need to know them well. You need to know what they're bringing to the table as well, and actually be able to organise that when you're joint venturing. And quite frankly, keep it legal, keep it above board, get it written up by solicitors, and understand, when you're joint venturing, who is doing what, and then just keep communicating with each other and moving it forward. So joint venturing is another good way of doing things. So if you've got the money to invest, consider any of those as items. I hope you found that useful. And if you want to know any more, by all means give me a ring or go onto the website, which is www.mentorsinc.co.uk. And if you want any further information, send me an email. So thanks for listening. Please, if you like this, do like the button, and please do share this with other people that want some information. Thanks for listening.